Then
Kono na kuyimsa bazanga ko yakuyamba baba na bako wakutuza era nzize kwebaza obangwite kusima eri abalina emitima egirumirirwa bazanga ko yakuyamba baba na bako wakutuza ekigambo okuyamba tokizanyisa abangi babeera n'obusobozi n'ekibalema okukola bazanga ko yakuyamba baba na bako wakutuza abamu bemulaba abanene munsi muno bakunyumiza gyavudde zikuba munezaaka bazanga ko yakuyamba baba nabako wakutuusa abangi kwabo bafiirwako abazadde ku myaka emimpi ddala wamma tunuulira obulumi bazanga ko yakuyamba baba nabako wakutuusa abalala basalawo n'okuddukira ku nguudo kubanga basigalawo okubayamba abab'ensamba bazanga ko yakuyamba baba namwe abayamba mumanyi okwefuula eri abo be muyambye ne mubasimbamu oluseke eriyo ne bendabye abalaba okulumirirwa ne bajja ng'abayamba nga beenoonyeza byabwe
well, indeed, be thankful, to people, really who do the great or the might for you. Blessed everyone who is just live with us on AfroDem Reports, aka Smoggy, is your host today. We're just going into, AfroDem Reports edutainment fragments, where we're just going to hit on to a topic of discussion, just an overview of the upcoming events, or basically an event which is going to be great, organized by the people themselves. Yeah, by the time we come to the conclusion of this topic of discussion today, I think you would have at least gotten enough from the person herself. With me, I'm with the lady in Denmark, one of the team which is on the management of the event we're talking about. The event we're talking about is the Uganda 63rd, independence celebration in Denmark, which is gonna be taking place on the 25th October, which is next month. And then I know by the time we end this discussion, I guess everything will be very, it will be very. I think that would be the word it would be the best way to express this. But given that, yes, allow me just to introduce my guest. And with me, I'm with a lady shining like in white. She's a lady who is very humble, in between an introvert and extrovert. For the people who are not certain with her, she's very an introvert. But those who know her, who are friends, she's in between extrovert and introvert. And one thing I know about her, she's really she's a communicator. She's I'll say always into the management of events here in Copenhagen. She's an interior designer. She's a nutritionist. She's wow. If I want to describe who she is, we may not finish the whole package, because she's a full package. That's what I would say when it comes to whatever she does. But it would be injustice for me to do if I describe who she is. But with me, allow me to say I'm with a lady Peace. I call her Peace Flavia, but then she has the other botanical name where she felt it's more mighty. And yes, allow me to introduce Lady Flavia. Please, you're welcome on AfroDem Reports. And may you just say hello to our viewers, introduce who you are, profile yourself well, because I know your profile is quite big. I'm just doing injustice to, break it down. Please, let me just give you this opportunity as you who have just joined us, keep on calling your friends and let them know that African Reports edutainment fragments have really started, and share the link and share, let your friends know that we've really started. But in the meantime, let Lady Flavia introduce herself and then we shall take it from there. Please, you're welcome.
Thank you, Smoogie, and thank you so much for hosting me today. And my name is Flavia Kwebiha. You can call me Peace, that is my home name. And Flavia is what I'm normally known for. I want to say hello to all the viewers and all the people who come to see this live. And I'm so happy to be here. And I'm here today to talk about the Ugandan Independence Day, a little about myself. I'm a mother. That is my first title that I can tell you. I'm a very happy mother. And
so that leaves us no choice. Eh?
I beg your pardon?
You being a mother, it leaves, viewers no choice. Continue.
Yes, because being a mother is a blessing and it has a lot of joy. And that's what makes us a blessing in this world, being mothers. As a woman, when you're a mother, you bless the world. And I'm a healthy coach. I love to do everything about healthy eating, mental health, physical fitness. So that is an area that I'm so passionate about. And like you already said, I'm designing. I love to do decorations, interior designing, anything that is related to designing. I love to do that. And again, I'm also a speaker. I love to communicate. And for those, you can also jump onto my podcast sometimes and then listen to that. But other than that, today we're going to focus on the real thing that brought us here today. So I will give it back to Smoogie so that we can proceed.
What an amazing introduction, and that's who she is in her profile. I think I should recompose myself, and then we really hit it hard. Let's go into the real segment. It's interesting that already a friend of mine is saying, "Who is that person?" I'm like, "Yeah." By the time the time we end this, discussion today, you would have gotten the person we're talking about.
Yeah.
But as we look into our area of focus today, we're just looking into the Uganda independence, the upcoming Uganda independence, and the person I'm with today, she's going to give us the highlights, an overview of what's really going to happen, because she's one of the members in the kitchen cooking for us this mighty event. Yes, to the viewers who are with us, please, you're welcome, and a thank you to those who are really with us. And then I'll say that join us as we roll into this, as we approach into this 63rd Uganda independence celebration. We turn our focus this time around onto the vibrant celebrations taking place, I know, almost everywhere, but we're just going to focus on Denmark, where something hot is coming up on the 25th of October, where I'm just going to start with something very simple. Why the date 25th October? Yet Uganda celebrates on the 9th October.
Yeah, why the 25th? When is one of the major reasons would be processing to make sure that we have a great event. That is the reason we're having Ugandan Independence Day here in Denmark on the 25th. It would have been, because normally here in Denmark we celebrate Ugandan Independence Day on the weekend after the real Ugandan Independence Day. If we're lucky and the 9th October is on a Saturday, so many times then we're going to hold the Independence Day on that day, but which is not something that comes all the time. because most people are at work, they're busy during the week. So we normally celebrate it in the weekend. But we wanted to really bring an event that is insightful, that is full of fun, that it has a lot of things in it. So for us, putting it towards the 25th had a lot of things. We're working around the clock. So that is why it's on the 25th. And I assure you that everybody who is going to be on that event, they're going to be happy about it. It's going to be memorable because we have prepared a package that they have not had for a very long time. Or maybe they haven't even seen it before here in Copenhagen.
Yes, to the viewers, I think you're really so certain as to why we're celebrating it on 25th. But just also a little bit an additive on what you said. Normally in the diaspora, we encounter challenges, and the dates tend to change according to to the organizers and exactly what they're having. Sometimes the date can come in the middle of the week, and normally people in the diaspora we tend to have weekends where we feel we can encompass all people. So choosing this 25th, I think the management did something, very mighty. But then also it leaves a challenge because someone would say, Afropins, or basically we the Afropins, you know, we always spend within the first 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So when this affect our presence.
Well, one thing I believe, it's going to be a personal decision you have to make for this event.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want to have a good time in a year, and you'd be like, in 2025, I remember 2025, I had fun in December. Please don't have an excuse. The month is just ending now. So the next week, and actually, that is a very good question you're asking because we have a sale on the tickets. The tickets are normally going for 350, but we have a sale on it right now up to the 10th of October, which is 300 kroner. So if you wait longer, that means that it's going to be very expensive. So at the very beginning of the month, I would love to encourage every single person that want to attend this event to go on billet.dk, buy a ticket, or maybe go right away on mobile pay and buy a ticket. Don't wait until the end of the month. Make sure you make it a priority this week, the coming week, to buy your ticket.
Well, and the beauty about it with from Brain Reports, at least we're trying to share the flyer, and then if you access the flyer there, you can actually exactly see the mobile pay, and then the QR code is already there. You can scan it directly right now, and then you can access the mobile pay and also the delayed tickets. So do the needful. I think a lot is really. So much. Actually, I love the artistic bit of it, of this flyer. It's really magical. The way you designed it. There's a culture bit in the numerical aspect of number 63rd. Wow.
Yeah.
Whoever designed this, just send my regards and tell them we are coming in full package also to get more from that. But you, the viewers, sorry?
I will make sure that I pass on the information to them.
It's quite interesting. Yes, to the viewers, we are just trying to look into the Ugandan celebration with the lady herself who is into the management, who are going to make it happen. But what we're talking about, let's go a little bit in the historical bit. Yes, besides there, we're just going to, in the background, you're just going to have some bit of talk. What comes to your mind when we talk about independence, actually? Because, what little do you know about the Uganda independence? Apart from the celebration.
Apart from the celebration, the Uganda Independence Day started when we got liberation from being colonized. So that is why we say we are independent. We are people who are making our own rules in our country. We're celebrating our culture. We're not being integrated by other cultures or being ruled by other foreign people. So the major significant thing about the Ugandan Independence Day is the day that we remember and we celebrate the day when we're given our freedom from colonialism. So we started to build our cultures with our decisions. It might not be that we got the whole decision because they had to be built forward, but we still celebrate that day that we have our own rulers. We are governing our leadership without having to have the foreign governance to be the ones to decide for us. And this is also a time that we have taken to be reunified, because Uganda Independence Day is celebrated by all the people in Uganda. Because Uganda, we are people of very many different backgrounds. But on that day, we are unified as Ugandans, and we celebrate that day as Ugandans, not as saying I'm a Muganda, I'm a Mtoro, I'm a Mnyankole. It's more like saying I am Ugandan, and I celebrate the time that I became Ugandan, and not that I became Ugandan, the day that we got our freedom. And again, like here in Europe or here in the diaspora, is a day that we really cue in to identify ourselves as a national day. We look it as a national day when you remember, like, I have to identify myself as a Ugandan. We network, we meet, we celebrate. So it's very key for us to actually revive our culture on that day, to be able to carry on our heritage in a foreign country. So that is the key significant thing that the Ugandan Independence Day still carries on today.
Yes, you've really left a lot, you've really left nothing uncovered. But for more clarity, let's also go into the historical bit. I'll just put this video on the background. At least then we shall have a clear view as how it all started way back in 1962, when the Union Jack was put down and then the Ugandan flag was put up. All these celebrations, actually, what you're seeing, they really happened way back in the 1962 when Uganda was actually running its celebration. But let's just have a recap of exactly what really happened, and then we shall come back in year number 2. But as for now, just keep enjoying this episode.
And Obote and His Highness. In the new Africa, one more independent country, the state of Uganda. At Entebbe Airport, Prime Minister Milton Obote and His Highness the Kabaka wait to greet the Britannia, which brings the Duke of Kent to represent the Queen at the independence celebration. And with the Duke, of course, his beautiful young Duchess. Lady Coots, wife of the Governor, greets the Duchess while the Duke shakes hands with the Kabaka. A formal occasion, but more than that, because Uganda is gaining its freedom without bitterness, at its own request, becoming an immediate member of the Commonwealth. So the traditional gestures have a real meaning of friendship. Government House at Entebbe, which for one more day is still the capital, is where the Duke and Duchess stay during their visit as guests of Governor Sir Walter Coots and his wife. After tomorrow, Kampala is the capital. This afternoon, the crowds are gathering at Entebbe Harbour for one of the big events of the day, a canoe regatta. Canoes from all along the coast and islands of Lake Victoria take part. Victoria, the third largest lake in the world, and the other lakes and rivers that connect with it, are the lifeblood of Uganda and of the 28 tribes that make up its people. Biggest of the tribal areas is the Kingdom of Uganda, of which the Kabaka is the hereditary ruler. And these shores are in its territory. But in the crowd celebrating the independence that will be theirs at midnight tomorrow, you will find members of all the 28 tribes. For one of the first aims of the new state has been proclaimed as a commonwealth of interests, overriding old tribal divisions. At Twikobi, the Kabaka's palace, His Highness is to give a cocktail party. And more crowds are waiting and entertaining themselves while they wait to see the Duke and Duchess arrive. But first, the